So the first bar here is in pos -1. I have a third button start instrument, which means to say my third button down on the G row on the push is G. And if I were to put my first finger there and the other three fingers sequentially underneath, that's what I call the home position, or pos H. Pos -1 is where I'm going to start, which is one up from that. So I'm on buttons 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a fourth button start instrument, you'll be on buttons 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me play you the first bar and you'll get the feel of it. Now, the right hand is G, 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 E, D, B, G. So the G is on the push. And you have crotchet, quaver, 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 quaver. So the first beat is crotchet, quaver. The second beat is crotchet, quaver. And the third beat is 3 quavers. So you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can hear the rumpty, tumpty, tiddly kind of feel of it. So 3 G's on the push, finger 2, and then finger 4 in position on the pull will give you E, and then on the push you play D, B, G, descending in pitch, and of course that means coming up the instrument. And as you play those right hand notes, you've got this G bass, G chord, G bass, D chord, G bass, G chord. The basses are in capitals and the chords are in lowercase. So G bass, G chord, G bass on the push, D chord on the pull, G bass, G chord on the push. So it's the same two buttons, buttons 4 and 3. Now the next note in bar 2 is an E on the D row, and if I'm playing a piece in the key of G major and I have a note on the D row, then I give that note a diamond head. So you can see this E here has a diamond head. It's finger 1, it's button 3 for me, and it's a pull like that. And that is in position home because the first finger is on button 3, which if I was pushing that would be a D, but I'm pulling, it's an E. But then the rest of the bar is in position -1, back on the G row and then the D row, crossing over. Basically, because the two rows are staggered here, you see they're staggered, that means to say that it won't feel like you're changing position even though you are. So you have the E, finger 1, on the pull, and then you have 2 A's on the G row, button 3, finger 2, back to the D row for the B, finger 4, and then the button above, finger 3, still pulling is a G, and then same button pushed in will give you F sharp. Notice it's F sharp because of the key signature. And then you come back to your E that you started with. Notice it's finger 2 now because you are in position -1, and then the same button pushed in will give you D. Now the previous bar you had crotchet, quaver, 3 quavers. Here you have crotchet, quaver, 3 quavers, 3 quavers. You've got your 3 groups. So that gives you... And notice the last note has got a dagger underneath it because you pull out for the E and push in for the D, same button, so you don't need to repress the button unless you want to, of course. Now the bass there is quite interesting because you have an A minor 7th, and the way we achieve that is we play an A bass followed by a C chord, followed by an A bass, followed by a C chord. If I were to play those buttons together, that would be an A minor 7th chord, but because of the way we're doing this, we're having to split it up into that rumpty tumpty kind of feel. So the A bass is button 2, outside row, pull, finger 2, and the C chord is button 3, inside row, pull, and that's finger 3. So finger 2, finger 3, you can see you've got that staggered cross row. 2 of those. The bar ends with D bass, D chord. You notice they both have asterisks. On my music, if I put an asterisk by D's or C's, it means they're on the push. So D's on the push are on buttons 1 and 2. So button 2 for the D bass and button 1 for the D chord. So the bass line for bar 2 is like that. Let's put the whole bar together. And let's put the 2 bars together that we've done.